Most people think being poor is just a lack of money. But the truth is, poverty is a system. It's a quiet inheritance, passed down not just through your bank account, but through your habits, your fears, and the beliefs you didn't even know you had. And unless you learn to see the invisible rules shaping your life, you'll keep playing a game that was designed for you to lose. Let's break it down. Let's start with what you weren't taught. In school, they teach you algebra but not how interest works. They teach you to memorize history dates, but not how to build credit. They prepare you to be a worker, not a builder. Meanwhile, kids from wealthy families, they grow up hearing words like equity, compound interest, capital gains, tax strategy, passive income before they even turn 18. They learn how money moves, how to protect it, and how to make it grow. The system doesn't teach poor people how money works. It teaches them how to obey, how to survive, and how to be useful for someone else's wealth. That's not an accident. When you grow up poor, money isn't just a tool, it's a source of stress. You're taught to fear spending, to worship saving, and to feel guilty when you have more than just enough. You grow up hearing, money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. Be grateful you even have a job. So what happens? You start to believe that money is hard to get, easy to lose, and not meant for people like you. This mindset becomes a filter. You see every opportunity as a risk, and every risk as a threat. Even if someone hands you the tools to build wealth, you're too afraid to use them. That's the real trap, not just being broke, but being programmed to stay that way. Poor people are trained to trade time for money. Get a job, work hard, earn your paycheck, repeat. But wealthy people, they learn early that money makes money. They buy assets, they invest in businesses, they build systems where their money keeps working, even when they don't. If you're always exchanging time for money, you're stuck in a cycle that can never scale. You're limited by your energy, your health, your hours. And when a crisis hits, like a medical emergency or job loss, your income stops immediately. That's not security. That's a trap dressed up as stability. Another reason poor people stay poor. They're told that wanting more is selfish. That wealth is suspicious. That rich people must have cheated or hurt others to get where they are. So even if you do start making money, part of you might sabotage it. Because deep down, you don't want to become one of them. Meanwhile, wealthy people don't see money as morally good or bad. They see it as a tool, just like a hammer or a phone. You can use it to build, to help, to grow. But if your belief system treats money like it's shameful, you'll never feel safe keeping it, let alone multiplying it. Let's be real, most rich people don't look like influencers. They're not flexing watches or filming Lamborghinis. They're quiet, strategic, often invisible. They're investing in boring things, real estate, index funds, businesses, licensing deals, tax shelters. They're using money as leverage to create more time, freedom, and access. They have mentors, legal teams, accountants who help them grow without losing half to taxes. And most importantly, they're thinking decades ahead. Wealth isn't a lottery win. It's a system, slow, boring, and extremely effective. And if you don't learn how it works, you'll spend your whole life trying to catch up to people who started the race on an entirely different track. So, what do you do? How do you break out when everything you've been taught keeps you small? Here's the truth. It starts with unlearning. You need to challenge the way you think about money. That means, stop idolizing hard work and start learning smart leverage. Stop chasing income and start building assets. Stop living for comfort and start aiming for clarity. Pick up books on wealth strategy. Follow people who talk about systems, not hustle. Ask different questions. How can I own something? How can I scale? What would make me free, not just employed? And most importantly, start small, but start now. Wealth doesn't come from a single breakthrough. It comes from hundreds of tiny shifts in how you think, act, spend, and grow. You were never meant to stay stuck. You just weren't shown the way out. But now you know, poverty isn't just a condition. It's a story you were handed, and you have the power to rewrite it. Every wealthy person you admire once had to make a choice, stay comfortable, or learn something new. You're here because some part of you is ready for more. Not just more money, more clarity, more freedom, more power over your own life. And that's what we're building here. Together, welcome to the Legacy Lessons.